Welcome to a Sunday fun day at my warehouse sale. So that's what it looks like usually most Sundays. The first couple hours, I rarely get anybody, and that's what's happened the last few sales. And Sundays are generally a little slower, although they can be pretty good in the middle of the day towards the afternoon. I'm Andrew from 510 Books. It is Sunday, August 8th, 2021. It's about 8:30, 8:40 in the morning. And on Sundays, I usually get here right around 8 o'clock because I know that no one's going to be here. There's been a few times where people have shown up around 8 o'clock right when I open on Sunday, but it's happened so infrequently that I just assume that there's not going to be anybody here early. So I don't bother getting here at 7 or 7:30 or anything like that. But anyway, fingers crossed that it's a typical Sunday. We'll see how that goes. Like I talked about in my other video, last couple of days were solid. They were good, not great. They were good sales days. Excuse me. I've been tidying up CDs and the records and the DVDs. When you have a store, even though most people don't make a mess, some people do. And it's not even that people make messes, they just don't put things back how they were before, kind of a thing. Sometimes they just take stuff out and just sit it on top of the CDs or DVDs or whatever. Anyway, it's gonna happen. That's just part of the deal. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention, because I said yesterday that I had listed a bunch of record lots. So these are records I pulled out from my massive growing collection here to make space to put more. And I listed a bunch of lots on eBay. And yesterday I sold two of them. I sold a jazz lot and I sold a Crystal Gale lot of like 9 or 10 records. So that was great. And that was within, a day or two of listing those. So that's a good sign. We'll see how long the other ones take to sell. I've had good luck though with doing record lots in the past when I've done it before. So I'm going to be patient about it and just, lot things up basically, because I'm going to have to do that again to create more space for my next sale. Because I just have so many records and some of them have been sitting here a long time. And so if I put them in big lots, they tend to sell. So that's that. That's positive news. I saw someone post in a Facebook book reselling group that they had rented out a storage unit. They got a pallet jack and that they were looking to secure a Gaylord source because I'm on alert whether or not someone's going to show up and I have to stop the video. They were looking to secure a Gaylord source. So I applaud them. I was going to leave a comment, but I forgot to do that. But I applaud them for taking the initiative to get the pallet jack, get the storage unit, and go in that direction of Gaylord's books. But the fact that they didn't secure a source before they did all that, unless they really had something in mind and they were in hot pursuit of something, it's potentially troubling if they don't find those Gaylords. But even what it also made me think of is my path that I took, where I started, just a brief synopsis, started doing FBA with books, got into merchant fulfilled, and then got into other types of media because I found a source for CDs. And so I started doing that, and anyway, it kind of led to getting, it went from trying out Gaylords in the back of a U-Haul truck and going through them in front of my house, and then driving it to a recycling facility where they would just buy it off me based on the weight, to getting a small storage unit, putting like 5 Gaylords in there. I probably have videos of that on my channel if you go way back to, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 years ago in the beginning of my channel. Not the very beginning, but probably like a year or so after I started making videos. So I got the storage unit, small one, grew out of that into a bigger unit, was in that bigger unit for a while, for probably a couple of years. And I was looking for a warehouse space. I wasn't sure. I mean, I thought I wanted a warehouse space, uh, for having more room, having electrical outlets, having a restroom, having a roll-up door, being able to park right in front of it, and also the idea of having a local sale. And as you can see, that's where I headed. I ended up finding this this unit. I actually rented out an office space for a few months, and that didn't work out. I was excited about that. That did not work out, though. Got out of that. Fortunately, I was able to get out of that and realized, you know what? I think I want a warehouse where it can be storage. I mean, for stuff that a space to sort and a space to put stuff that I sell online, and also potentially having a local sale. All of that was a big mystery, though. Anyway, and I slowly went down that path. So looking at this guy's situation made me think back to that. And, I was thinking, well, is it worth it? Or, I could give him the advice or the possibility that he could go from that to doing something local, not just selling online. And it just depends on what you want, basically. Hold on a second. Yeah, it just depends on what you want. If you want to just deal with online, FBA, or even both, merchant fulfilled and FBA, and you're going with the Gaylords, well, the biggest obstacle to making that work is dealing with all the excess books. You have to either have them picked up by a recycler or somebody who's going to recycle them or use them for some other purpose, if you really want to get through a lot of books, or you're going to have to do eBay or a local sale because you're going to be stuck with a lot of books. And even if you do eBay and lots and set up some sort of local sale, either like me or however you do it, even if you go to like a swap meet or something, or if you have an antique mall booth or anything along those lines, you're still going to be left with a lot of books that are not sellable, that need to go for a variety of reasons. So that's the dilemma with Gaylords and lots of books. I come across that dilemma all the time when I get a lot of book donations, or even when I make a big bulk book buy, which I don't do that often. Most of the books I get now are from donations, but I will do that once in a while, as you guys know. I've seen in my past videos. So I will say, if you're going to go the route of having a local sale, understand it's a lot of work to set it up. And then have a plan. Is it going to be every weekend? Is it going to be once a month? Is it going to be, how often is it going to be? Is it going to be in a warehouse like I have here? Is it going to be an actual retail space? Are you going to carry your stuff, lug your stuff around from where, point A to point B for a swap meet or a flea market? Or are you going to do a booth, in an antique mall kind of a thing? Just figure that out for sure, and then decide, how are you going to advertise? Are you going to have a Facebook page? Are you going to have a newsletter, email blast? What are you going to do to get people to show up? Because some places, you can go to an antique mall and there's people walking by, and you can build up clientele, but how are you going to go about that? And are you going to have a steady flow of books? Also, I've seen other people, steady flow of books to restock. Also, I've seen people literally have sales out of their garages. I know there's a couple people kind of close to where I live that I've seen advertise that, where they just have, it's just basically like a garage sale in their garage of books, but they do it, maybe every week or every month or whatever. I didn't want to do that. Although I will admit, I did have a sale out of my garage before I got the warehouse space. I did DVDs, and it was okay, just to get a taste for it, and it was in the garage. But I definitely did not want to keep doing that, because you have to set it up, break it down, unless you're using your garage exclusively for that, which I didn't want to do. I'd rather park the cars in the garage. So I will say, if you're gonna, it's a great way to go if you're gonna get a local sale, in terms of diversifying, and with books specifically, but also with all of it, right? Whether it's DVDs or CDs, video games, records, there's just a lot of that stuff you can't sell for profit individually online, and people will still buy them in person in a store situation. But again, it's a lot of work. What you see here took a long time to set up. It's been a year. Let's see. I got the space at the end of 2019. I had my first sale, I think, in November 2019. I think this is my 19th or 20th sale. And it's really evolved. I used to only have half of this space. It's like up to here, and the rest of it had Gaylords and other stuff. And I had all the CDs on tables. I think I definitely have some videos from a year plus ago that show that setup. And then I just slowly started bringing in, finding all the bookshelves and shelving and the racks for the CDs and just laying it out. And it's constantly evolving. I'm kind of at the end of the evolution. I don't have much more space to move into, but yeah, it takes a while. Unless you have a clear vision and you're going to have bookshelves built for you, or you can do that yourself, or whatever it is. Even if you do that, it's still going to take some time and effort, energy, and of course money to set up all of that. And also, you're not going to have a following. People aren't going to know about you. It's going to take a while. I've been doing this, almost a year and a half, and it's grown. It grows every month in terms of the amount of people that find out about it. But just because someone comes to a sale one time, 1 month, doesn't mean they're going to guarantee they're going to come every single sale. That's what I've realized too. By doing it monthly, it doesn't always sync up with people's schedules and lives, right? A lot of people look for it. They come every time. They put it on their calendar. They follow my Facebook page. They say, okay, I want to make sure and go to it. Those are the people that are consistent, that support me, and that I'm super thankful for. But a lot of people are not going to be like that. And so you got to build up that base, that foundation of repeat customers. Some people come, every other sale, maybe every 3 sales, every 4 sales kind of thing. And it starts building from there, kind of similar to a diversified FBA inventory, where you have some quick sellers, some that sell take a couple months to sell, some that take almost a year to sell. Similar with customers, right? Where some will come in every time, some will come in every couple of months, some will come in 3 times a year. So that's kind of what I see how it works to slowly build up the clientele and get the word out there. Also, advertising is tricky in the sense of not everyone's going to see my ads. There's tons of people that live in the area, and I know that there's thousands of people that would love to come here, that love to read or love movies or love CDs or records or whatever, video games, that there's way more than enough people that I could even handle that would show up. But it's getting to those people, right? If they're not going to be on Facebook, if they're not going to be on Craigslist, if they're not going to be on, the book sale website or whatever, maybe they don't look online. Maybe it requires them seeing a sign, which is why I have the signs out, right? Driving by randomly, seeing the sign. Maybe someone will tell them about it, and that's how they'll find out about it, which happens a lot now. And I haven't even tried the route of like sending out flyers or putting them on people's cars or in their mailboxes, kind of a thing. That might be something that I'll explore. But anyway, so all those things you have to balance, you have to think of. You can learn it slowly. So I'll just say, to that guy or any of you guys who are thinking about it, it's a lot of work. But when you get at the end of setting it up like I have, and you have at least a steady flow of customers, it's definitely worth it. Because you get to build relationships with people automatically. I'm telling you, people just donate. They donate to me. They bring buying opportunities to me. They ask me if I buy. And you just never know what opportunities are going to fall in your lap. And that's how, for instance, I got those 2,000 books from that storage unit, was because someone saw the ad I was running. So things like that, just, they'll come your way when you put yourself out there. If people don't know about you, they're not going to find you. So here I am on Sunday making this video, and now I'm probably going to go and list some things on eBay, or actually go through those cassette tapes, have some downtime. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next video. Take care.